Want to get a private coaching session with me? There's been a sale on coaching sessions for the past month, but I've decided to increase it to cover the entirety of the summer. So coaching sessions are going to continue to be 20% off all the way until the end of July. Buying a session package with me gets you access to many perks,
Get the fuck out of here.
such as free VOD reviews on stream, discounts on future sessions purchased, and much, much more. If you want to find out more info about how to buy a coaching session, join my Discord server and go to the Buy Private Sessions channel. Once you buy a session, you can hold on to that session for as long as you want and use it whenever you please. So it would be a good idea to buy a session now while they're on sale. Once the sale is over, it's over. And there won't be another sale for quite a bit of time, although there may be giveaways. Link to my Discord is in the description. Hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, so let's just get straight into it. Okay, here's my thing already. Whoops. Let me ask you something. What prompts you to take high ground?
So that I can get more angles.
Okay.
And also, well, this is more on defense, so people can't just like run onto you. You're more protected.
Okay. So, why do you take high ground right now? What prompted you to say I can take high ground?
Because someone else would push cart, and then this way I can get an off angle if Ryan turns his shield or something like that.
But here's the thing, right? This is like the most one of the most common issues with like lower ranked DPS players, and it's that they hear that high ground good. Grug go high ground because high ground good. Coach say high ground good, right? So they go high ground. But the issue is that I want you to take into consideration, you're taking high ground right now, firing, but how many people are in front of you?
Almost the entire team.
Right, so it's like 3 people focusing on 1. I mean, they're not focusing on you right now. But the point is that when you climb, they will focus on you. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is that if you're gonna be taking an angle, you want to peek that angle when there's engagement. Right?
Right, so
when
I
there's
should have waited for the monkey to jump in.
Exactly, right?
Probably.
Because
yeah.
what happens now is that there's attention being put on this, and then you can properly take potentially an even wider angle and actually get value. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right, but do you see how instantly, like, the Winston goes in, the focus is put on him, and then now you've opened yourself up to shots, like, you've now allowed yourself the opportunity to start shooting at squishies. This is a potential pick, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that you didn't really think about it, and that's one thing where it's like, yes, you didn't get punished for it, but I want you to, like, keep that in mind for the future, because just because you're doing it and you don't get punished for it doesn't mean it isn't a mistake, right? So, This is the thing. If you wanted to just, like, climb up here and poke, because, like, let's say maybe you get fire that from, like, let's say you're down here, you're just poking, doing your thing, whatever, and you get poked at, you want to climb up here and just, like, peek and fire and then just drop. Do you see how that's different?
Yeah.
Because it's not, like... Go ahead.
It's like soft diving. There's less commit.
Exactly. You're not exactly completely committing to that angle. Where it's like, if you sit up here, you're just going to get fire that, and then you're going to drop, and then you're going to miss the engagement. Right?
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to just, like, climbing up here, maybe climbing halfway, going like this, taking a peek, lunging back, going up here, whatever, right? And now, my other thing, too, is that you're shooting at shield, but it's like, you're looking at your comp, and, like, who, like, is this team going to be, like, busting shield?
Probably not, no.
Right? If you had a Bastion, maybe it'd make more sense, but even then, what are you proficient at as Hanzo?
Getting picks, because you have 1 tap potential.
Exactly. So when you're here, firing at this, do you see how these are wasted shots? That's 1 wasted shot. There's 1 shot. Okay, so we can give the player the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they didn't notice the Torbjorn the first time that they peeked here, like climbing over and shooting at the Rhine shield. Fine, fair enough, right? But at this point, there's no, like, obviously they can't really just, like, go and just, like, instantly aim at the Torbjorn right now. But they've seen the Torbjorn now, and they know he's not behind shield. So this next shot that he charges should be a shot in the general direction around here. I don't really care so much that he misses or not. It's the fact that he's going for this, right? Because again, his mentality should be that he needs to try to get picks, right? Or like that's what Hanzo specializes in being able to one-shot people. He's not exercising that one-shot potential here. And another thing you can think about too is that even if like let's say there were people behind the Reinhardt shield here, even then, you still, if you're shooting at the shield and you know there are people behind the shield, there's like nobody who's going to peek from any other direction, fine. But you still want to actually aim at the people behind the shield, not just at like the general direction of the shield, just hit it. You want to actually aim at the people in the shield in the event that the shield comes down and you hit them. That could have been a kill if you fired that first shot at them. Do you see that? So target priority is a bit messed up here. Nice. And there you go. Now you can exist on this angle for longer. Taking an angle. Okay, you haven't hard committed.
Yeah, I just miss everything there. I don't know.
Now, this is the thing, right? Do you see how it's like now you're committing on this angle? But here's the thing: is this sustainable?
No.
Why?
Because if the enemy team just diverts their focus to me, I'm dead. There's not really anything I can do.
I want you to take into consideration this, right? The high ground. What do you like? So the high ground obviously has its advantages, right? You know that high ground gives you cover. It gives you an angle. It makes you, it provides you, what's it called? It doesn't make headshots easier, but it makes headshots more likely because you're just naturally aiming above them. So if you hit, you're more likely to hit a headshot. But there are some negatives to it as well, right? When you're on the high ground, you are, and this isn't like too much of a high ground compared to the enemy, obviously, but like just in general, I just want you to be thinking about this. On the high ground, especially as a projectile hero, now you're not only taking into consideration their left and right movement, but you're also taking into consideration their forward and back movement, which now adds aim in the Y coordinate. You see what I'm saying? As opposed to X, where it's like if you're just level with them, you don't have to deal with that, right? Like if I'm just level with this, you see what I'm saying? It's just X. He's only going to move left and right. If I'm above him, now there's 4 potential directions for him to move. It's going to be harder for me to hit him, especially as a projectile hero. So that's one thing. Another thing, too, is that at times, when you're taking high ground, you might leave yourself isolated. Do you see how you're isolated?
Yeah.
Right? So how can you adjust your play right now? Right? You're poking at this angle. You're doing that. But then where is your ability to actually take... sorry. Where's your ability, like, to... How would you be able to actually, like, stabilize here?
I could drop down to the health pack and then regroup with my team.
Okay, right. Now, that's one thing. But can you, like, kind of see how it's like right now you're walking across an open sight line that you contested, and you've turned your back towards it with, like, your ass cheeks squeezed together, just hoping you don't get shot? Right? You're just like, I hope I don't die. Right? This is just you just hoping you don't get pushed. That Zen doesn't land a headshot on you. That's all you're hoping. You get the Discord, the Zarya doesn't follow you. Right? So, this is where I'm saying, instead of going like this, right, and swinging wide like this, why not hug the corner like this? Because you see how if you fire a Sonic right here, charging shot, peek, cover. Peek, cover. And then what? You lunge back towards here. You could be firing down here now. You have another high ground. Right? Your teammates can probably see you a lot easier. If not, you can lunge back towards, like, from here. You can lunge back towards here. You have support here. See that? Then you can make your way towards here. The point is they have a lot of different options, right? I'm not gonna point out like one specific position and say like, oh, this is the god position. It's like it's a game, right? Like there's a million different things happening at once. It requires context. It's not like this is the set position you need to be in at all times. But it's like within this situation, within the context of this situation, this aggression is like it's the right aggression done stupidly.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like, yes, you have cover to the left, but you've isolated yourself. How do you get out of here? Right? You're going to drop down, get a health pack, climb back up, but you're still going to be here. You're going to be shot at. Do you see how it's like, for one thing, it's putting you out of the fight for a long time, and then for another thing, you're going to still be in the same position you were to begin with?
Yeah.
Right? So that's where I'd say, yes, that health pack is good, but it's like, you would much rather just be able to see the off angle with your sonic arrow, and then you can fire at what you want. And not to mention, one thing that you want to consider too, I think this is like from one thing that this is like the very first thing that we pointed out, right? One target, two targets, right? And like the idea is that you're okay. So what I'm trying to get at is that you're exposing yourself to too many targets within one sight line.
Yeah.
Right? And you're not providing yourself the option to be able to deny one target. Right? Because can you see how it's like if you're here and you wanted to shoot at the Zarya, you could while completely denying the Zen?
Yeah.
Right? Is the Zarya killable? I don't know. She probably has bubble. Maybe not. But the point is that it's like if this is somebody else, let's say this is a McCree. Do you see how this is different?
Yeah.
All right.
And it's like taking widow duels.
Exactly. It's like taking widow duels, right? You have to give yourself the opportunity to select who you want. You don't want to be taking everything at once, otherwise you won't be able to deal with one thing properly. You probably get some value out of it. You've rolled, but you're not in cover.
Yeah.
All right. If you're gonna roll anywhere, you could roll even right here. Because that's the thing, further back doesn't necessarily mean safer.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you're just behind your supports, are you going to get much support?
No.
If you're further back and the sightline's already occupied, are you going to be able to peek much?
No.
Right? And being right here, backing up towards like as if you were going to take cover, and then saying, psych, and just moving forward again.
Yeah.
Not that
the
great.
reason I did that was because I thought Orion was going to be there, but now he's dead.
But he died quite a bit ago. That still doesn't make sense, you see what I'm saying?
It's my brain.
Yeah. And if anything, okay, I'll take what you're saying for account, right? I'm thinking what you were saying is that like you pushed up thinking that your Ryan would be able to take this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But where you're walking to, right? Wouldn't you want to roll towards here? If you notice that your Ryan died, you'd say, oh shit, I'm gonna, right? And now I'm gonna clear out this sight line first. This person would like to clear out like each angle before they start swinging wide like they are now. But that's kind of in hindsight. And the point is to kind of just like give the player the foresight of like, well, if they do make a mistake, then how can they quickly amend it, assuming that they don't get punished for it. And then once that sightline's clear, I'm going to clear out this, and then I'm going to clear out main, and then I'm going to clear out... Do you see how you're progressively clearing out each sightline?
Yeah.
Because you can't just walk wide into this and be like, oh shit, man, why'd I die? And it's like you're being focused from here, 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 like everywhere. Of course you're going to die.